In today's episode, we're going to take a look at a group of dragon attacks at Town Hall 8. And she's at Town Hall 8, so she's going to be asking me some questions to maybe help you guys out. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 8. Today we are visiting CDO Royal Army. Bobby?
Nice.
So we are going to take a look at some dragon attacks at Town Hall 8. So standard dragon attack and a dragon attack with hog riders. That's her second replay. And she's been working on dragons. And how's it been working out for you?
They're good. I can't get past the second star, but
So she's been... it's been pretty bad. So she does well. She's done very well. High percentage 2 stars, but she just can't get past the second star. So let's take a look.
It's a good place to start.
Huh?
Good place to start. So.
It is a good place to start. Dragons is a great place to start for learning Town Hall 8 3-star strategies. And so we're going to look at this army here. We got 10 dragons, a clan castle filled with balloons. We got a barbarian king at level 10. It's kind of high. It's maxed out. Some of you guys might not have that. We also have 2 of the level 5 lightning spells, a rage spell, a poison spell, and then we have the haste spell for the back end of the attack. Now, as we look at this base, we have 3 air defenses. So one up here, one here, and one here. And what's going to happen here is funneling. Funneling is key. We're going to come in on the back side of this air sweeper, and like I've explained to you a few times, it's really just patience with the dragons. So we're going to start out with 2 dragons up here in the north. Now, there's really no right or wrong reason on how to do this. You could have started out with 3 or the 2 lightning spells on that air defense first, and then drop the dragons. But instead, he kind of started with the dragons, and then he started with the lightning spells. And then you're going to see another dragon come in on the east. Now, this guy right here, see this guy right here? Yeah, remember how I always say zoom all the way out and make sure you get those? He actually does not do that. So, patience with the dragons. And then he's going to group them all up. And you see how there's a nice lane for them to go into that first air defense, or actually the second air defense. Clan Castle troops have been pulled. The poison spell has been dropped. And so these dragons are working on the Clan Castle troops, and they're going to have a little bit of an issue there for a second. This group of dragons are going to split. So the air defense falls, and then you have a group that goes on the outside and a group that stays on the inside. Now, at this point, we have this one air defense over here, right there. And that's the one we have to send our balloons in to take care of. So as this attack develops, the dragons are going to cut back in, they're going to hit a rage spell, they're going to go into this elixir storage, and then they're going to go into the town hall. See how the balloons are going to come in? And then you're going to see a haste spell dropped. So the haste spell is going to be dropped a little, it's going to be in a little bit. The balloons are very slow. They're a slow moving troop. They're going to get in on that archer tower, and then they're going to launch up into the air defense, take it down. Once that air defense falls, it's really downhill from here. And you see where the Barb King is? The Barb King's under the south side dragon. So he's kind of helping the dragons out. He's kind of splitting them. He's trying to help them move faster. And the one thing that he kind of gets lucky on is this dragon here. It goes south. You see this one right here on the builder's hut? And you got kind of, I would say, there's a little bit of luck there with the split, because dragons don't necessarily part off like that. So
it would have been a time fail if not.
More than likely, it would have been a possible time fail. So thankfully, the dragon does split off, go down after that builder's hut down in the south, but you really have to zoom all the way out and take care of those first. You have to have a plan for those. Even if it's like a barbarian or an archer or something to drop there, you know, it doesn't hurt to bring something there.
Does lightning spell always necessarily drop on an air defense?
Yeah, in this situation here with the dragons, you're going to use the lightning spells on one air defense, not multiples, just one. So you're going to pick one that you're going to come into, drop the 2 lightning spells on that one air defense to eliminate it altogether and get rid of it. Now, if you can get a little bit more value out of it, meaning you can drop the lightnings on an air defense and kind of tag some damage on an archer tower or a wizard, then by all means take advantage of that. But you'll notice that this attacker came in on the back end of the sweeper, which kind of helped out with the dragons. They didn't get pushed away. Right. And I mean,
so if we wouldn't have dropped both of the lightning spells on one, it wouldn't have gone down.
No, it wouldn't.
Because they're not powerful enough to.
Yeah, and definitely the level of the spell itself. Level 5 spell helps out quite a bit. Now, if it's a lower level spell, it might not be as effective to knock that air defense out. From here, we're going to take a look at the dragons and hogs. Okay, so this attack is actually really, really cool. We have dragons and we have hog riders. Very interesting army. And we have Clan Castle hog riders, higher level hogs. And then you also got the 2 heal spells, the rage spell, and the freeze. And we're going to address this about in a similar manner with the dragons. We're going to start out with 1 in the northern point, working on a few buildings. And you're going to see 1 dropped over here on this elixir pump. And it's going to work on a few things. And so funneling, this is the patience, taking your time, taking care of a few buildings with the intent to move a group of dragons in on that northern air defense, this one up here. And so he's going to allow these 2 dragons to kind of work for a second. And I'm kind of trying to talk my way through it because dragons are slow and they do take their time. I mean, they really do. And so you got the 1 dragon working on that dark barracks, and then it's going to cut into that hidden Tesla down there in that southern compartment, or that southeastern compartment. You have 2 dragons now at this point up in the northern point working on the Barb King. You're going to see a dragon dropped, and then another, and then the main group, and they're going to work their way in on that air defense. Now I'm going to stop it right there because you might not notice this little guy coming in right here, and he is going to pull the clan castle troops. Now obviously he's going to die, but the clan castle troops are going to work their way up towards the dragons.
So he basically dropped just 1 to lure them out of the...
Yeah, he did a little bit of a sacrifice there. He sacrificed the Hog Rider to send the group of troops from the clan castle up into the dragons. Now that rage spell is going to take down or boost up our dragons to move through that first air defense. He's going to freeze that other air defense, giving them some time. And now you have the hogs moving in from the south. And you got a group right here working on a mortar and wizard tower. There's going to be another group that comes in from the clan castle, and they're going to work in on that wizard tower and the 3rd air defense. So it's really base design. It's kind of one of the things here. The heal spell is going to heal the hogs and send them down into the sweeper, down into that final compartment.
Now, I've heard that it's better for the hogs to be all grouped up. Why did he drop the the castle troops on one side and then his hog riders on the other, rather than all in one spot?
Because his hog riders are level 4, they're a higher level hog, so they're able to handle themselves on their own for a moment, and then he kind of flanked in the hogs to go after that air defense. So the first group was used to take out the mortar or whatever was sitting down there in that little nook, and then he dropped the other group to basically flank directly in on the air defense. That was the idea, is to get rid of the air defense, that way the dragons could continue throughout the attack. Now, one of the major issues that I saw here is, well, it's not really a major issue, but it could be a time fail, is this elixir pump over here. And there was no plan for that. The dragon bypassed it. It happens, and there's really no way to deal with this other than bringing like another troop to take care of, like, you know, a couple of archers or something. Replace a hog with some archers. You get 5 archers for 1 hog, and, you know, save it for the back end to take out a couple of buildings in the event that happens. But overall, I mean, he's got overkill with the dragons, and it's just a really neat attack. There was another one like this, so it's not like something that's just completely a fluke. There was a couple of bases like this. So do you have any additional questions for this?
No, not for this one.
All right, that's going to probably wrap us up for today. Thank you, Fabi, for joining us. And this is me doing my best to help you suck less. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys. It looks like you are not going to get your pie in the face.
So this is out. It's out. Guys.
You're out of silly string. Oh, it's in my ear. Come on, it's spitting now.
Sorry.
Now it's all on my hat and stuff.